Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. We're doing another quick overview or review of a recent read of mine, and this was Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, here by Tom King. It is classified as a science fiction adventure for genre, and it is part of the DC Compact Comics, as you can see here. Shot of the spine, so you can see what that looks like. Full view here, and then the back. Without a home for Kara Zor-El, life feels without meaning or purpose. Her planet was destroyed. She was sent to Earth to protect a baby cousin who never needed saving. Forever living in his shadow, the Supergirl to his Superman. So basically the plot of this, for those that don't know, is actually the recent Supergirl movie, with some changes. So looking inside the book here, we are going to see some credits and then immediately greeted with the first chapter. And this collects the complete story, mind you. This is what this includes. And as we go through this, you're going to see a lot of similarities. If you've seen the movie, you're going to see a lot of similarities and differences. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, this is the plot device for the most part for the film, minus a few settings, changes, and character exclusions rather. However, the film added characters that were not part of this, so I should say it that way. But a lot of the setup and story for the secondary character is set up here in the first parts, and then we get the introduction of Supergirl for what she's doing and the struggles that she's dealing with and why she meets up with Ruthie here. And then basically goes through and sets up the adventure, the plot device, which is being used in the film. You see a lot of similarities to Crypto here and what happens to the dog. Again, spoilers in this. And then that sets up the whole plot for the movie itself. You see that in the beginning of the film, and this as well sets it up. However, there are some things in the film, which, again, spoiler, if you've seen the trailer already, you already know, and that is a character known as Lobo. We are not seeing them along this journey here. And I fully assume that they were added to the film as a way to flesh out the ensemble cast, or more cast rather, the depth to it, but also adding oddly some comic relief to the film. But anyways, we're not here for the movie itself. I just wanted to point that out as a major plot change, because they felt like a background characters because they were. Anyways, but as you can see here, a lot of similarities, a lot of the struggles. We see the differences in the settings, which play a factor on the strength and power of Supergirl. So if you know anything about the yellow sun as opposed to the red suns or even the green sun, you'll see that actually changes the Kryptonian here and what they're able to endure, but also what triggers their powers. So we learn a little bit more about that throughout this story here. And I don't want to spoil the ending of this because it is a really good story, but I like the artwork. I like the styling of this. Very kind of modernized, mixed with some old school stylings of the character designs themselves. But ultimately, you can get this in oversized too. Obviously the same sells, but it looks bigger. But for $9.99, this is a great way to get this full story. So again, I don't want to dig too deep into this because it goes into real heavy spoiler territory, but I'll leave you here at the chapter 5 there. I believe 8 total chapters throughout this, and it's definitely something I recommend you read. And for $10, it is, again, it continues to be the best deal out there for mostly complete or complete stories in a compact and travel-friendly form. So check them out. I'm not sponsored, affiliated, just a major fan of DC's work. So check out Compact Comics if you haven't, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe, as we will continue to do more nerd-related content here in the near future for you.